What is happening, everyone? Nicky Hawkins here, West Ham Fan TV, with comments below. The show where I go back to our old videos from the last week and read the comments. And seeing as we beat Spurs this week, this might be interesting. If you want to get involved in next week's show and get your comment read out, just make sure you comment down below on the videos. Any videos that come up, I pick them at random. Your comment could be read out at any time. But let's go and have a look at these. Right. What ones have we got today? We have got... So let's go straight in. Let's go to the phone-in show because that was quite interesting this week. But this is the phone-in show. Let's have a look at some of your comments. Let's go to the newest comments first. So the show was titled. What was the show titled? Let's have a look. It was is Paqueta justified for refusing to play for West Ham? Let's have a look at some of the comments. Spud you like says, tell a Liverpool fan they were lucky they didn't lose to Leeds twice. Never mind West Ham blow chance at Leeds away. Delusional. And there's quite a few. I've noticed quite a few people sticking up for Paqueta. So is he actually refusing to play, or is this convenient Sullivan trash talking? Says Tony Pat 1. If he starts versus Tottenham, then there's your answer. Well, he didn't start against Tottenham, so have we got our answer? Don't know. For God's sake, get off the guy's case, says Dean Humphrey 7878. There's a lot more concerning issues with our club than bloody Paqueta. Let's sort the issues out with our owners and our board first. I mean, there is that, but they're problems that have been existing for the last 10, 15 years. I don't think we've got 10, 15 years to give Lucas Paqueta, to be quite honest with you. But I understand what you're saying. Trevor Busby says both sucked in by Sully. Loads of people sticking up for Paqueta. Listen, everyone's opinion's valid. That's the thing about opinions. They're like arseholes. Everyone's got one, including me, the biggest arsehole. Paul McCarthy 6663 says Paqueta is quite simply a brilliant footballer. Those that have played the game at a decent level knows he is the player with the most ability in the squad. Fair play if he wants out. The club is a mess. The FA treated his situation appallingly. And I, for one, will be very disappointed to see him go. Gutted, in fact. We're certainly no better without him, as we've seen with other anti-football fans' non-favourite kudos. I like my footballers with ability rather than plodders that run around a lot. Take brilliant footballers out of a crap football team and you end up with even crapper. Funny enough, I don't agree with that. And I've got to say this, Paul. It's all well and good. And this is, I love footballers. Trust me. Football, proper ballers, Payet excited me. Di Canio excited me. Ashton excited me. Proper footballers, I love them. And Paqueta was that level. We haven't seen that level from Paqueta. That's what I would say. We haven't seen that level for a long, long time. Whether it's to do with his ability, whether it's to do with a football team, whether it's to do with anybody. I understand what you're saying, but listen to what I'm saying. He's a brilliant footballer. He's Brazil's number 10. But he isn't a brilliant footballer for West Ham United at this very moment in time. And the fact that halfway through the season, after all of this, at the beginning of the season, the matter of fact is he doesn't want to play for us anymore. Simple as that. And it's not down to us necessarily. He's citing the FA and the way he's been treated in this country as a reason that he wants out. We pay his wages. We go and watch him week in, week out. We chant his name on the terraces. Why are we being punished? We're in the middle of a relegation dogfight. If he's got any quality, like you say, we need quality, and he wants to fuck off and leave us in the mess. Who's to blame? You might be sad to see him go. I don't like people that abandon fucking teams halfway through a season. That's all I'm saying. But listen, your opinion's valid. Everyone's opinion's valid. Come on, your 51 says Sullivan likes to leak the info to split the fan base. As for Pac-Man, his head is probably a mess. Best to see him ASAP. For the longer we leave, the less we'll get. Keeping a player who wants away will do more harm than good. I agree with that. We all go to football for different reasons, says Irons TV. Mine is to watch the likes of Di Canio, Tevez, Payet, Paqueta, etc. Not even close to them levels, I'm afraid. If you're happy with 11 Andy Irvings, we might as well play non-league. Didn't say we was. Never say we was. I don't pay my money to watch bang average footballers. I understand the point about the attitude, though, but moments of quality wins football matches. You've got to be on the pitch. You've got to want to play. Chrissy James 711. The Paqueta money is to pay for Tati and Pablo. Yeah, okay. Diginats Harry 699. I was going to say 66, 99. The Prague pass may have been simple, but I'm not seeing any other player making those passes. Suchik will apparently, says Irons TV, and Aldefy says exactly. Considering that a lot of fans have been saying past few games at the team we were trying, but simply ability-wise were nothing compared to the teams we were playing, such as Brighton. Any of our other players, except for Rice in that situation, would drive and take on a few more touches with the ball, make the pass with too much weight, and the keeper would have swept it up and collected. It's one pass 3 years ago nearly. I mean, Suchik played brilliant, sadly, by the way. Rob Wood, HAT, says, he's the last of your decent players and you're going to lay the blame at him. It's Sullivan, your owner. And he says again, now you believe that dwarf Sully. They need the money for Paqueta. They spent 50 mil on Pablo and Tati, who are two Mendy's players. Not only have you a criminal for your owner, but you have a criminal manager too. Ian's X3D3U says, bad apples is like an orchard. And GP Hammer says, agree, Dan tools on 150k a week. Absolute disgrace. Highlight of the week was this guy, though. Let's have a look at this. I'm sure I didn't understand what he said. I'm sure he said Paqueta has to go and goal.
All right, let's go.
Connor, can you point your camera at yourself, mate?
Oh, sorry, pal.
How's it going, mate?
Well, thank you.
How's it going, mate?
What's happening, mate? What's your thoughts on everything?
I believe Paqueta has got to sit and go.
He's got to do what, mate? Say it again. Sorry, I missed that. What did he say?
I don't know. I was waiting for the rest of it.
Let's have a look at my video then that I did, like a rat abandoning a sinking ship. Let's have a look at that one. That got a lot of comments, 427 comments. So let's have a look at that one. Well, first one that comes to the eye is Anthony Lynch 7313. Gitung battered sat boom Coys. I didn't see him come back. Spence Style says Nicky calling Paqueta a rat. Shameful, really. The guy wanted to play in a World Cup. What? Wants to play in a World Cup. Understandable for any player. Sitting here getting relegated with us does no favours. Then play and don't get relegated. It's in your hands. He had Champions League football before coming to us. End of the day, Lucas has done more for West Ham than West Ham has done for Lucas. Maybe besides the betting scandal. How many years has he been here? And how many years has his betting scandal been? I think it's the other way around. Sean Pierce says it's not a good look for his CV being part of a relegated team. You better pray Bowen stays, otherwise you're in deep shit. Okay. Bobby Boy, good. He's massively overrated. We won't be worse off without him. I agree, to be honest with you. Drop beats, not bombs. 247 says after that massive performance he made about not leaving and slamming the bone down on Villa, he's made himself look like a right sausage and mash. I think. Mother Trucker Gaming is absolutely confused. He says, "What the hell would you sue the FA for? You wanted the player. It's not their fault he hasn't performed. Stupid." What? Kirk Hogan says, most of the season been selling programs, need lead players with heart. He's lazy in the prima donna. I love West Ham. Cut me in half. I've got claret blue blood running from my veins. Shane Paqueta hasn't. Get rid before he embarrasses himself further. And then further again. Listen, Kirk, I'll stick up for Paqueta a little bit here. Cut us all. I think anyone that supports his football club, you have to have claret and blue blood running through your veins, because why the fuck else would you support them especially after all the shit that we've been through over the years? They're not gonna. I do agree. He's probably got flamenco's blood. That sounds weird. Running through his veins, and he would want to go home. He's playing at a top level, getting paid top money, but he's not going to bleed claret and blue. And I don't expect any. But even Jared Bowen, who's ingrained in his club now, he won't bleed claret and blue. You know, he was a Hull City fan or a Hereford fan or something when he was growing up. So, yeah, he's not going to. So, shame, because it's just a shame. Lee Greenwood 8 says his heart has been in it all season. Get rid now. I'd rather get relegated with players that don't want to play for us and keep like rats like him. I agree. I didn't have my microphone in front of me all that. I hope you could hear me all that time. But yeah, Let's take one more. ETN Villain says, you're absolutely melting. I don't want somebody that doesn't want to be here 1 minute later. Either make him play or let him rot in the reserves. West Ham going down. Ha, 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 ha. Well, you know. Let's have a look at post-match pint then. Post-match pint, we did beat Tottenham, and Callum Wilson popped up with a winner. Callum Wilson, the forgotten man, the man that we thought was gone. So let's take some of the comments there. Alan Thompson, I5J says, as a Newcastle fan, I'm happy for you lads. Wilson is great. He was just injured all the time for us. Please, lads, beat the rubbish 10-0 next week. All the best for the rest of the season, apart from when you play us at St James's Park. Thank you very much, Alan. We'll try. 10-0 would be brilliant. That'd be great. But we'll try. No, he says, I disagree about Tati and Wilson up top for the expense of Pablo. Obviously, we must have spoke about Pablo playing up front. Pablo is easy to overlook, but he was instrumental in the build-up to Somerville's goal against Spurs when he laid it back to Fernandes. Also an excellent movement from him to win the ball, but before his pass to Magassa for Somerville goal against QPR. I wouldn't consider Pablo an out-and-out striker, and I think he has more to his game. He has been really good for us. Tati and Wilson individually has worked for us so far. And Simon, LW4UC, Wilson's the best finisher we've had since Defoe. I agree there. Maybe Ashton. And this geezer saying if Wilson scored 50, I'd still want to fuck him off after the verbal slaughter we've endured from him over the years. But Wilson now must stay. Come on, you irons. Bang on views and great show, guys. Thank you very much, Simon. I agree. He's a great finisher. A natural striker we haven't had in a long time. Tea Lady and Biscuit Man. I said the Tea Lady or the Biscuit Man will get sacked. Won't be on 35 or 50k. No, they wouldn't. No, that's right. They wouldn't. That's and the point I was making at that point is, you know, when relegation hits a football club, why do you always go for the lowest paid and make them redundant? You know, you've got players earning hundreds of thousands of pounds a week, and you go and sack someone off that earns 20k a year. It doesn't make any fucking sense. It's a couple of £100 a week. But then again, I don't run a football club, so there we go. Like the Spuds, says Paul Howard, Y3Q. Like us, the Spuds have no creativity in midfield, unlike the past Modric, Ericsson, and injured Maddison. Well, that's their fucking problem. They have to deal with that. Punk Rock Herb says, difficult place to go. Seriously, everybody wins there. Yeah, everyone does win there, don't they? William Turton, 475. Gone from slating every defender to every defender was quality. So two-faced, two with two O's, just because you won a game. I mean, you can only slate what's in front of you, what you're seeing. If they're putting in bad performances, you've got to say they're putting in bad performances. If all of a sudden they put in good performances, what do you want me to do? Say they've had bad performances just because it wouldn't be two-faced. You've got to react to what's in front of you. Do you get YouTube at all? Do you know what we're doing here? I get sick of this criticism. I get sick of this criticism, right? Because you have to react week by week. If you are so ignorant and one single-minded that you have to stick with one opinion, then don't have an opinion, because you know your opinion has to change with what you're seeing in front of you. If all of a sudden, if Kilman is kicking the ball in his own net, if Kilman kicking his ball into his own net week in, week out, and I'm sitting there saying he's good because I know that he's been good, that's not a fucking opinion. That's just bias nonsense. You have to react to what's in front of you. Like, don't come back here and compare performances night and day and say, I'm right to do this and I'm wrong to say this, because you have to react what's in front of you. It's my opinion. That's what this YouTube channel's about. It's opinions. You don't stick to one opinion. And if you do stick to one opinion, you're a fool. At Mark Tranquil 3598 says, lawless great escape. I told you. He did say that. I did say that comment as well. Iron Ball 7206, a proven Premier League striker, not far off 100 goals. Must keep him till the summer at least. JJJ, is that 4 J's? JJJIMG, the boy zone of YouTube football punditry. Well, funny you should say that. Irons TV just need Mavro and Tadibo to keep building a solid partnership and stay fit. I agree. That's the biggest part of our problem this year. And Mercedes says, agreed, and keep Kilman out of it. DXTX93 says, and this will, tickle a few bollocks. Rodriguez over Potts was 100% right thing to do. Completely agree with Nick. Thank you very much, mate. To finish up, let's have a look at one of the fan cams. It always cheers me up. Let's have a look at Georgie boys. I know we've got a couple with a load of comments on them, but let's have a look at Georgie boys because I love George and he comes to us every week. And let's give him some praise. So at Oggy Techie, great result and a huge surprise, but I'll take it. I still think we've left ourselves too much to do, though, but fingers crossed. And Tom for J4405Y says the passion and enthusiasm of Georgie is a source of hope in itself. I really hope the one over the pub team is a catalyst to a great escape. Respect you, George, and to you, Nicky Hawkins and Big Dave, top blokes and genuine fans who follow the Irons with no expectations or illusions. Tom, East London Gooner. Oh, that's nice words from an Arsenal fan. That's lovely. Let's have one more. And John E612 says, George is a legend, inspirational. Get him in our dressing room for a team talk. So there we go. That's comments down below this week. Tell me, do you want me to add some stuff to this? Do you want me to pick out a comment of the week? We maybe can chuck a... the sponsor is OK Jersey. We can chuck a jersey to the comment of the week, and we'll put underneath. What do you want me to add to this show? Because I'm starting to build this show a little bit. And right, you notice behind me is a wall. It's blank. I've got a load of these things to put up on the wall. Loads of them, loads and loads of them. From now on, anything you see behind me on my wall is for sale. If you want to buy it, I've got loads of them, but I will sell them to you. This is going to be a display wall, and if you see any bit of memorabilia on my wall behind me at the right price, and it's only the price that I'm paying for them, you can have them. If you like it, I'll sell it to you, and I'll replace it. So let me know. Leave your comments down below, and maybe next week you'll be on the show. That rhymes. Maybe that'd be a tagline. Leave your comments down below, and maybe next week you'll be on a show. But one thing left for me to say, subscribe if you're new, but come on, you Irons.